Hello, Kronotiq fans. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we'll be talking about relaxation at work. Now, before we begin, if you're liking the quality on this episode, it's because I finally managed to get a Yeti stereo microphone. So hopefully from now on the episodes are going to sound better. Now, in order to relax effectively at your current job or at your or during your current project, it's very important to isolate your breaks from your work. I've noticed this about myself, that my performance has improved a lot when I managed to move away my entertainment and basically break material, whether it's YouTube or lunch or any kind of relaxing distraction that I need to take during work away from my workspace. So, for example, this could also apply on your computer. If you isolate your tabs or get rid of your relaxation tabs in your browser, let's say, for example, you open a tab to go on YouTube on your break, it's very important not to mix that right next with your work tabs. So let's say, for example, you have a website that you use to, I don't know, clock in or submit your work. I strongly recommend isolating these things in separate windows or separate computers, or even just hopefully a separate break room. Basically, any kind of isolation of your entertainment and relaxation sources from your workspace is always going to contribute positively to your performance. And the reason is because these things may contribute negatively when you're trying to focus on your work. So the less distractions that you keep around from your breaks or entertainment, the more effective you will be when you get back to work. Now, another very, very important thing that you're going to need to do is to define your relaxation sources, your entertainment clearly. What this means is that you need to identify for yourself your favorite activities, your favorite processes and routines to relax yourself. So, we did talk about consistency and routines regarding your projects and your work. You need to apply this logic also to your entertainment, to your relaxation. The more you clearly define these things, the more your breaks are going to be effective. Like, you'll be able to replenish your energy. Now, I'm not saying you have to do these things permanently and not change it up. You just need to be clear about it. So it's okay to explore, of course, and think of different ways to relax at work and try out different stuff. But you should still make sure you have a clear idea of what it is in general that recharges you before you get back to work. So being able to define your sources and exploring additional sources of entertainment and relaxation is always going to be a key factor in your ability to perform well. Another thing I strongly recommend is to try and either combine or follow through your relaxation with your eating and drinking during your break. So I would say if you're able to eat and drink during your breaks, there is some research I have heard of before. I can't confirm 100%, but it does talk about how it is healthier to feed yourself while being happy or relaxed rather than being tensed out. So I strongly recommend against eating during work and isolating your eating and drinking activities during your breaks instead. And on your breaks, I strongly recommend that you also spend it with your clearly defined sources, I would say, and of entertainment and relaxation at the same time. So I strongly recommend that you eat and drink while you're doing those things. Let's say, for example, you like to follow a certain show, like a daily show or a weekly show on YouTube or in the break room on TV. I strongly recommend always bringing your food to that. And the reason is because when you combine all of these activities together that are guaranteed to basically recharge you, you come back with a higher chance of being able to perform better rather than spreading out these activities and thinning them out across your work hours, especially when it comes with food and drink. Actually, it applies to everything, whether you're eating and drinking, or whether you're relaxing, watching something, or exercising, performing any kind of break activity. If you do those things spread out during your shift, you're going to perform a lot less than if you actually isolate and break down your basically your time in between taking breaks and actually working. So this also applies to studying, of course. Now, when it comes to studying, it is possible to do some certain activities to keep yourself focused, like chewing gum, for example. But honestly, I think you can do the same thing at work if your boss allows you to, and you can either, I don't know, drink coffee or chew gum while you're working. That's perfectly fine. I honestly haven't heard of people being allowed to chew gum at work. Sometimes it's perceived as rude. But when you're studying or in your own private time, or if you have your own office and you're not disturbing anyone else, it's okay to do minor focus activities like chewing gum, things that keep you awake. This is especially true if you're pulling all-nighters, or if there's just no way out of lack of sleep or out of feeling tired. In that case, certain activities that you can do while you're working will definitely pay off. I wanted to apologize for the long delay. We had a convention here in Tampa, Florida, MetroCon. We did pretty well in sales over there. And we're actually thinking, because of the success of that event, I'm thinking we can start meeting people and delivering their products to them at conventions. Cons Against Our Sanity is a really fun game that I strongly recommend ordering and carrying with you to every convention, especially if you have a con squad, if you have a group of people that you like to travel to conventions with. I strongly recommend keeping a copy of our game. We're going to be launching a new Kickstarter soon regarding our TV series. It's not really TV per se, it's a web series. I mean, hopefully someday, I really hope we get picked up once we actually ramp up our performance. But the animation promises to be a lot better this time around, and I hope we can count on you guys for the Kickstarter. Thank you guys very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next episode. Have a good one.